Okay, Mike Masato, CEO of Staff Driven Dental and the Dental Road Warrior, training for episode 108 in the series. So this is one of my, I'd like to call gut check episodes in the series, when basically I try to relay a life experience that happened to me recently to share with you, doctors and team that may be watching this, of what's going on out there in dentistry these days. And I do a lot of public speaking, a lot of events, meet a lot of doctors from time to time. And every once in a while I get a doctor where you get the classic heckler in the audience that basically wants to debate and fight and be negative about everything you have to say. This happened recently, a few nights ago, when the doctor was being adversarial about everything and trying to prove to me that his way was better. And basically his way being the negative way, the miserable way, or the defeatist way, the cynical way, the negative way is going to be the better way in practice. And it's never going to get you anyway if that's the way you are. I can only imagine what it's like walking into this practice, because that's the way he was the entire night. And the end of the night, I collect up the evaluation forms. They basically get a chance to people review me about the presentation. And one of the questions, what was the best thing? What did you get most out of this presentation this evening? And he says the credits. Where do I get my credits? So basically the guy was there just to get his credits and some food, and that was it. And that was the evening for him. And this is not an old doctor that you think maybe this is a doctor that's old and at the end of his career and checked out already. Doctor, maybe if the doctor is 40 years old, a lot younger than me. And this is the way, the state of mind operative that he's going into work, seeing patients every single day. So how successful do you think you're going to be, or he's going to be, if he goes to work like that every day? You know, what kind of dentistry is being done in that state of mind? What kind of quality of care, what kind of quality of environment is being created that his patients are walking into every single day, or his staff is walking into every single day? You know, dentistry's there's enough negative things going on out there in dentistry, you know, with the way things are right now, potentially in the economy, or everything we're hearing, or just the public perception of dentistry and things like that. You know, and truthfully, none of that's really has to be reality. You know, we make it a self-fulfilling prophecy because we start thinking that way. This is the way it has to be. It's like this everywhere else. This is where my colleagues, we all get together and commiserate, and we're all having the same miserable problems. And you know, if that's what's happening, you're running in the wrong circles. That's what I got to tell you. You need to start surrounding yourself with more positive people, or get some positive coaching in your life to make you, check what's going on up in your head. This is the biggest stop, by the way. It's not your dentistry. It's not the economy. It's not the insurance company. It's not all that. And that's the theme that I've talked about throughout these videos since for years now. It's half this game is 100% mental. The Yogi Berra classic quote, famous Hall of Fame baseball player. I hope I got that quote right. And everybody's running around saying, "Oh, I'm in a rut. It's just a rut." Basically, I had an old client of mine who's passed away, and he was one of my earlier clients, and he used to say, "Mike, all a rut is a grave with the ends kicked out." And I used to laugh at that, but it's true. You basically, if you're that buried in practice, and why do it? Why show up every day? Why go be miserable? Why do it? Just sell it and get out of it, and move on. Do yourself a favor. I'm coaching you to do that, unless this video maybe is hitting you and striking you in a way that maybe a light bulb should go off. Then maybe you should do something about it. Is he talking to me? Is this really about me? Maybe I am, if you're listening to this. Because if you're so out of it and things are so down and miserable, why aren't you doing something about it? Because there are ways out. There is help out there to get if your practice is struggling and having a hard time. And I see so many doctors, and every time I walk into a practice that's down and struggling or having a hard time, all I see is potential. All I see is opportunity there. That's what I look at every single day. You might see it's miserable, or of course to me, if I looked at a bombed out mouth that you showed me an x-ray of, if I could even read the x-ray, because I'm not a dentist, and you say, "Oh, I can fix this, I'd look at it and go, "Oh my God, what am I going to do with this?" Because you know what? I have no awareness of how to fix that problem. I have no training. I have no ability to do that. Because I don't do it. I don't live in that every day like you do. But you have the solutions. You know what to do. Well, it's kind of the same thing with me and my coaches. We know what we're doing and how to do it. We know all those things. And when you bring that into your environment, positive things start going. And start happening. That's what it's all about. Right? But when you get to the point in your practice of you're just showing up to lectures for credits and food in your evening, stay home. Because it's not doing you any good. Unless you really need the credits that bad to keep up a license, which really, I don't know what for, because you're probably better off getting some money, banking that, and do something else, right? It's just unfortunate. It should never get to that point, right? It should never get to the point where you just feel like, there's nothing, it's just, I got to do it. I'm obligated to do it. What else am I going to do? Not a good place to be. That means it shows you're way off purpose in what you're doing, because you got to be fired up and excited about this every single day, and really want to take it on every day, and want to work on it every single day, and work on yourself personally every single day till things get better, right? But the problem is there's just so much noise that we hear on social media and from our colleagues and all that kind of stuff, the news and everything that we hear every single day. We start believing this stuff, right? And then it becomes like a reality at that point. Dentistry is an extremely lucrative business. It still is. It's really recession proof, because I will show you dozens of clients, maybe more than dozens of clients. I can show you case studies that are all thriving and doing great in probably the toughest market in this country to work in right now, here in Jersey. So if they can do it here, you can do it where you are listening to this. That's for sure, right? But the only difference between them and potentially you, if you're having a big struggle, is because you know what? They're opening themselves up to getting help. They're receptive to getting help and bringing guidance into their life. Right? This is not the time to buy more toys, buy more things, more for our practice. And I know we love those things. Invest a little bit in yourself and your team. Put some money into that. That pays massive dividends. That's the best return on investment you can ever do. Is you spend money on yourself, you spend money on your team to get better, right? That's the best way, because it starts and ends with you guys in the practice, right? Because none of the stuff in there really matters, right? None of that stuff matters. What matters at the end of the day is you guys are doing well and having a good mental state and being happy and excited about your practice and loving what you do. But it's sometimes it seems so far, removed from reality. How could this possibly, do this with everything I'm up against? Yeah, well, it seems insurmountable. It can that way when you don't know what to do and how to do it and where to turn, right? And I don't recommend just throwing money at things arbitrarily. Get some guidance, get some support. I just sat with somebody recently, and she was considering spending $116,000 on a scanner and a mill and all these different things. And meanwhile, right, we don't even have the staff fully in place to serve the practice. Right? We're not even prepared to deliver on all those things, to sell the patient into the practice, close the cases to get them to the point where they'd actually be able to use this stuff at this point. So it's a priority shift. But all of this is, again, a mental game. So much of it's mental every single day. And really taking a look at yourself right now is the way to go, right? And the way out is the way through. You can't go around this. There's no quick fix for this kind of stuff. But I can tell you, it will be a lot easier than what you went through in dental school. If you went through all those years of dental school to get to where you are right now, I can tell you it's a lot less expensive, a lot less painful, a lot less challenging, a lot less stressful than going to dental school, bringing in coaching into your life to change the way you're thinking and going about the way you're doing things, to get back on the horse, get back in the game, and thriving and prospering in dentistry. And you're in the perfect industry to do so. It's still number one industry, one of the number one industries in America today, business. I've said that before many times, right? So I hope this video got you a little fired up. Okay, maybe you're bugged by it. Fine, that's great. Get in action, take a look at it, see what it's all about out there, because there are other, start going into circles, running with the people that are actually doing well. Right? That's the best place I can tell people. Start hanging around, start hanging around people that are doing well, for a while, and see what they're doing. What's different about what they're doing? A few doors down, maybe in the same town. Okay. So hopefully, like I said, this fired you up, got you excited about doing this. You use it as a springboard to get motivated and excited. If you want my help, want my guidance, feel free. You can message me through this, and I will reach out to you personally, and I'll give you whatever support I get, I can, any way that I can. All right, get you back on fire and excited about dentistry. Thanks for watching these videos. Hope you like them. If you like them, please share them, and I'll be back soon with another episode.